Is polybutylene pipe really as bad as they say it is? I'm going to show you this fitting. This is what it looks like. This is what the fittings look like where you attach the pipe to. And then here is a fitting from PEX. See, they look very similar. Same concept. The PEX also uses the ring. I don't like PEX. I don't trust any plastic. I'd rather have copper. Costs more, but from what I've seen, it's more reliable. This is the other scrap piece I have. So you put, it's not easy to slide on there either. So you take the piece of polybutylene and then you have to press it on. I've already had this on there before, so it went on pretty easy, but it was not easy to get it on there. And you have your ring. Now this ring was already compressed, so I can't slide it on there, but you would slide the ring all the way up to somewhere around there, that area. Then you use whatever tool they had and crimp it down. This one's a little messed up from me trying to get it off, because when I took this other piece off here, I actually had to torch it to get it off, because it just would not come off. It was so tight on there. So I just did that and melted the PB and it came off. Try to show you. I don't know if it's going to focus enough for you to see it, but right there above my nail you can see some of the marks from the crimping tool that was used on this. Yeah, I don't know if you could see that, but right there above my nail is the crimp marks from the tool they used to crimp this. There's some more down here as well. It's always interesting to look and learn how things used to be done. Also, I don't know if you can see it, but this valve knob, it says Quest on it. Q-E-S-T. That's another way you can tell. If this video gets at least 1,000 views and 1,000 likes, then I'll do some experiments to see if I can actually debunk that myth about chlorine damaging these pipes. Because these pipes are still perfectly fine. There was no leaks when I took these out. I only took these out because the shutoff valves don't work anymore and you can't shut off the water. So they wanted new lines put in. I'm going to show you a trick that I learned to cut this, because it's so soft you cannot use this cutter. And this cutter, you need one like this to cut it square, especially for the shark bites to work. You insert this tool and then you're going to get your cutter, put it on there, tighten it up, turn it, then you see you get your little ridge there. You're just going to tighten it, turn a few times, tighten, turn a few times, tighten. There you go. Nice, see, nice square cut. And now you can attach your shark bite to it. I'm going to show you this here. It's possible to just remove this, unscrew this nut, unscrew this, and then remove this. This is the actual rubber washer that gets smashed when you turn this knob here. This screws down and it presses inside there in this valve, and that stops the water from running. That's all it is. Even in modern valves, these rubber washers, they dry out and fail, get cracks in them. This isn't because these were made when these PB pipes were made. That's just how they are. They're still that way. They dry out, and then they don't completely shut off the water when you try to turn it off, or they don't turn it off at all. And there's also another seal here around this rotating shaft, so that way when it's installed, water doesn't leak out or around this area here where this rotates, or around the nut. There's also some Teflon tape on there that's at least 30 years old. I say that because it might be possible to find the parts, either replace these seals or replace this whole part by getting it from a modern valve and putting it in there, instead of having to cut all this and use the shark bite. That would be an easier option. But also, these nuts were very difficult to get off because of the corrosion here. I'm not sure why this is corroded, because it wasn't leaking. But that's just another idea when you're messing with these. The shark bite's going to be the easiest. But like I showed you earlier in the video, it's pretty easy to cut the polybutylene as long as you put something inside of the tube first, and then you use a cutter like this so it cuts it square. They do have a deburr tool, but you can also use a knife. I know some people are going to say, oh no, don't do that. I don't care, it works. You can use a knife and just on the very interior edge, go around that and remove the burrs. Then you can slide your shark bite on. Oh, and also a tip. When you're putting the shark bite on, I noticed this when I was putting on the Shark Bite Max on this pipe at the house. When I would push it on, it was actually not as easy to put on as it says on the package, but so I slid it on. It felt like it was on enough, right? But then I grabbed the pipe up here and went with it again to check it, and it slid on further. And then after I did that again, I checked it a few more times and it wouldn't move anymore. Then that's how I knew it was finally on. Some people also mark it, which you can do too. And I've heard they say that it apparently goes on the pipe about 1 inch. So if this is the end of the pipe, once the shark bite's on, it'll have advanced 1 inch on that piece of pipe. See, look at this stuff. I can bend it pretty good, and it doesn't snap. And this was not leaking when it was in there, like I said. And here's what the piece looks like without magnification. Here's what it looks like under 10x magnification. It's hard to keep the camera still. See, it looks like sand. You can see the actual structure of the plastic there too. Here's another location on that piece of pipe.